Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Den. It is currently Friday, November 8th, coming up at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to do another 36 throw on-off axis. And then we are also going to do a dice analysis of the dice set, okay? And we're just going to start with a hardway set, a 3-2-3-2 set. Let's do that first. So if we're throwing the dice, let me try to explain a primary hit and a secondary hit. Okay? If we are on axis on the results of our throw, a primary hit is a hardway, hardway 6, hard 10, hard 8, and a hard 4, okay? We are going to keep track of those with a white chip, okay? Secondary hit is when one of these just pitches once, okay? So a 5-3-8, 5-4-9, 2-4-6, go back, or a 3-2-5, okay? Go back to our, also if it double pitches, it can be a secondary hit, but if you do that, you're going to have all sevens. 4-3-7, 2-5-7, 3-4-7, 5-2-7, okay? Go back to our original dice set. So that's primary and secondary hits, okay? Anything with a 1 or a 6 would be an off-axis hit. And we'll just keep track of those. With a green chip is when one die is on axis. Red chip is when one of the die is off axis. Okay? So let's do a quick analysis of our 3-2-3-2 dice set. I'm going to use, there's 20 possible outcomes staying on axis, okay? First off, we'll start here with a 3-3, so that's a hard 6, hard 10, hard 8, or a hard 4. Go back to our original. If our green die pitches forward once, we have a 5-3-8, 4-5-9, 2-4-6, and a 3-2-5. If we double pitch our green die twice, we're going to have all sevens. So we're going to have 4 sevens, like I said before. 4-3, 2-5, 3-4, 5-2. Reset. If our red die pitches once, we have a 3-5-8, 5-4-9, 4-2-6, and a 2-3-5. Reset our dice originally. If it pitches forward double pitch, we get another 4 sevens in there. So out of 20 combinations, we have 1 4, 2 5s, 3 6s, 3 8s, 2 9s, and 1 10. And 8 7s. This is why I think that if everybody says that hard ways are the best thing to throw, well, in my opinion, it's not as good as what you might think. Okay? With 8 7s, possibility of showing up off of the dice, that is if you're not throwing on axis, and if you can keep one die on axis and another die falls off, you will never hit a 7. But that's hard to do. So that's the analysis of a 3-2, 3-2 dice set. You might want to, so your inside numbers are getting more and less as you go on, okay? So, that being said, let's do our 36th row analysis of our on-off performance for our 3-2, 3-2 dice set. Okay? Again, we'll keep track of on-off axis and first and secondary hits. Or primary and secondary hits. Okay, come out, roll. Dice are out. 3 2, 3 2. Whoops, sorry. Dice fell out of my fingers. Dice are out. 2 5 7. 2 5 7. Come out. 7. So we have a come out 7. Both die are on axis, so the 7 is going to get 2 green chips. That is a secondary hit, so that is going to get a black chip over here. And we are also going to use a purple chip for come out 7s, okay? So that we can just differentiate if it's a 7 out or come out 7. Okay, still a come out. Roll, dice are out. 3 2, 3 2. Hard 6, hard 6. Mark the 6, it's our point. Both die are on axis on this hard 6. And I'm not going to put it in the hard way set, but that is a primary hit, so that is a white chip. You would think that using a hard way set, you'd hit a lot of hard ways. I don't tend to hit a lot of hard ways. Some people do. Dice are out. 3 2, 3 2. Six, 2, 8. 6 2, 8. Mark the 8. We have 1 green and one red chip on that 8. Green die is off, red die is on axis. So that's either a primary or a secondary hit. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Two, 6, 8. 2, 6, 8. So we got just reverse the 8 there. It's already marked. We got a green and a red chip. And just reverse it. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. 4, 6, 10. 4, 6, 10. Mark the 10. The 10 is going to get one green chip and one red chip. And that's not neither a primary or a secondary hit. So dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. 5, 1, 6. Point is made. 5, 1, 6. The green die is on axis. The red die is off. Point is made. We're going to use a pink chip for points made. Two out of 6 throws have been on axis throws. That's not a good percentage. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. 2, 1, 3. Come out 3. Mark the 3. The 3 is going to get a green and a red. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. 5, 2, 7, 7 out. Or no, I'm sorry, come out 7. The 7, both die are on axis. It's a come out 7. But we do have to reset the all tall small. And that is a secondary hit, so that gets a black chip. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. 6 will be our point. 6 gets a red chip and a green chip. And it's not a primary or secondary hit. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. One, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. I didn't mark the 6 the last time, so we'll do it this time. 4 gets a green and a red. Boy, I'm just not throwing much on axis compared to the last time I did this. But again, this helps you try to analyze your throw on what's showing up most of. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Three, 2, 5. 3, 2, 5. Mark the 5. Both die are on axis. That is a secondary hit. And that is a black chip. Primaries are white. Yeah. Because we've only had one hard ray. Okay. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. One, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Green and red on the 4. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. One, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Another green and red chip. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. One, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 5 is already marked. We have a red and a green chip for the 5. I tell you, if you were hopping numbers right now, anything with a 1 in it would pay you pretty well. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Hard 8. Hard 8. Finally, a primary hit again. Mark the 8. The 8 gets 2 green chips. And we get a white chip out here for a primary hit. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Two, 1, 3, craps 3 again. Don't know why. Oh, well, mark the 3. We have a green and a red chip. And it's same as before. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Four, 5, 9. 4, 5, 9. Mark the 9. Both die are on axis. That is a secondary hit. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. 1, 1, 2, craps 2. We just hit the small, folks. Mark the 2. The 2 gets 2 red chips. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Five, 2, 7. 7 out. 19 throws for that shooter. But we had 3 7s, 2 of them being comeouts. So we reset the ATS, the puck comes off. Both die are on axis. That is a secondary hit, which is a black chip. Come out roll. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. One, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. So the point is a 4. Mark it. Red and green. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Four, 6, 10. 4, 6, 10. Mark the 10. Got a green and a red chip. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Hard 10. Hard 10. Ten is already marked. We have 2 green chips on the 10. And that was a primary hit. So that is a white chip there. So we've had 3 hard ways so far. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Six, 4, 10. Ten is marked. Got a red and a green. We just passed our expected average on the 10. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Six, 5, yo. 6, 5, yo. Mark the yo. The yo is going to get a red and a green chip. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Six, 5, yo again. And dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Six, 6, 12. Midnight. Mark the 12. The 12 is going to get 2 red chips. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. That is another 3 craps. A 1, 2, 3 craps. Mark the 3. Red and green. Wow, it finally changed up how I threw that. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Six, 1, 7, 7 out. So puck comes off, reset all of this. The 7 gets a red or 2 red chips because both were off axis. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. One, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. Five is our point. Red and green. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Hard 8. Hard 8. Mark the 8. The 8 is going to get 2 green chips. It's a primary hit. That gets a white chip. So we've had 4 hard ways. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. One, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. Mark the 6. Got a red and a green chip on the 6. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Six, 5, yo. 6, 5, yo. Mark the yo. Got another red and green chip for the yo. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Six, 2, 8. 8 is already marked. Red and green chip on that 8. Neither a primary or secondary hit. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Two, 5, 7, 7 out. 2, 5, 7. Reset. Comes off. Got 2 green chips on that 7. That was a secondary hit, so that's a black chip. We have a come out roll. We only have 2 more rolls left, according to my counter. Come out roll, dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Hard 10. Hard 10. Point is 10. 2 green chips on that 10. That is a primary hit. Dice are out. 3, 2, 3, 2. Hard 6. Hard 6. Okay, so the 6 is going to get 2 green chips. It was a primary hit, so we get a white chip down here. That's the end of our 36 rolls. So let's see what we got here. We made 1 point out of 36 throws. We had 5 7s. 2 of those were come out, and 4 of the 5 were results of double pitches. So kind of a double-edged sword. We would expect 3 4s, and we had 4 4s, all of them being a 1 3. Okay, green die is 1, red is 3. The green die was 3. The green die was a 1. Red die was a 3. 5, we should have had. You would expect 4 throws or 4 results. We had 3. One of those being a secondary hit which would be a 2-2-3 or a 3-2. 6s, you would expect 5. That's what we got. 1, 2 hard ways on the 6s. All the rest, and no secondary hits. They were all off-axis throws. 7, again, we had 5 7s. We would expect to have 6. So we did a little bit better in that. But 4 of our 5 7s were double pitches, or secondary hits. We would expect 5 8s, and that's what we got. 2 of them being hard ways or primary hits. The other 3 were off axis, so a 2-6. 9s, we had one hit, and that the only way we could do that would be a 5-4 or a 4-5. Well, secondary hits. 10s, we would expect 3, and we had 5. 2 of them being hard ways, 3 of them being off axis. We had 1 2. We would expect 2 3s. We had 3. 11s, we had 3 11s and 1 12. We would expect 1. We got 1. Again, primary hits, we had 6 primary hits, so 6 hard ways, and 6 secondaries. That's not good. We should have been throwing more on-axis throws, more secondaries. But again, when I said, you're throwing a hard way set and you can rotate or throw it one die off axis, you won't ever have a 7. So that's a good thing there. Let's see how many of our left die. This is just a comparison to try to figure out which die is on axis more than the other one, or off axis more than the other one. So the left die unbelievable. 18 and 18. So that's 50%. For the left die. The right die, looking at this, it looks like it stayed on axis much more than the left die did, which I told you that I was seeing a lot of 1s. That is why. Wow, big difference here. The right die $27 times. So the on axis. Off axis was 9. So that's telling me my right die is going off axis half the time. So we might want to keep our right die on something that we really want to see. A lot of 3s and 4s, maybe 5s and 2s. So we could either go like a 3-5 maybe, and the green die was normally a 3-2. It was going off axis. So we would want maybe 2 on the top. Okay, so if it pitches one way or the other to the side, we'll either end up with a 9 or a 4 there. And if we go here, we'll get an 11 or a 6. Double pitch, we'll get a 10 or a 5. So let's do that. When I come back, we'll be throwing a dice set. Green die will be 2-4. Red die will be 3-5 based upon this 36th throw analysis. Okay, so be on the lookout for that later today or tonight. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of analysis of a dice set and on-off axis. Till next time, everybody, take care, stay safe, and God bless. I'll see you then.